Okay, we're going to do a little bit of coloring after we get everything outlined and our pencil lines erased. Here's one that got started, and it's all the same colors on the whole piece of paper. And you can see how there's 1, 2, 3 colors repeated in a pattern. This one has different colors in each band, but there's only 2. So you decide how you want to do it. Don't get too complicated though. Like just kind of keep it super simple there, and then you can make it a little different. It's nice to have the contrast between those 2 bands also. All right, so we're going to use colored pencils. You want to have a newspaper pillow, put that on down there. Select some colors. I like to get colors that contrast. I kind of like the red and the yellow. I've never used that before. Yellow's really hard to get dark and lights from, but I'm going to go ahead and give it a try. And what you're going to do is you're going to shade it super dark down in the cracks. So really push down on that pencil. Keep your pencil lines going in this direction across that fold. If you go this way, it tends to cut it off and you don't see the fold as well. But if you're using your pencils correctly, you'll end up kind of crisscrossing, doing a crosshatch sort of thing and going in both directions anyway. But this helps bring the viewer's eye up out of that crack and then back down. So wherever it's down into that fold, we're going to do it really, really dark. And then we'll get lighter and lighter. Now sometimes I even start in the middle, really super light, right down there. And then I can always add more shading on there to make it darker. Again, you want your shading to be smooth. You don't want to see any white space of the paper. You also would rather not see this line right here where it goes from one value to the other value. You would rather, so I have to kind of go over it just a smidge more and blend those together so that you can't see that transition from light to dark. And then you'll go to the next one. Now, some people like to just do every other one red, which is fine. They're like, I got the red in my hand, why don't I just do the next one? The only thing is sometimes they mess up because they're not really paying attention. So just make sure that you're paying attention if you're going to do that. For example, if I have this red in my hand, I might skip one and just go ahead and do that one while I have the red. And then I can go back and just fill all in with the yellow. So you can see how that's coming together, and it's going to be super dark down here. I mean, super dark. Super dark. But you really need that variety of values to make this work and look like it's popping out of the paper. All right? When selecting your colors, let's take black out of it. We're not going to use black at all until the very, very end, but we're not going to use it for any of the stripes. So just work with the other colors that you have. Okay, so you can kind of see how these bands of light and dark are coming together to make this look like it's folding out of the paper. So you'll keep that light ridge going right down the center of that fold or that bubble. Remember to keep your pencil lines going in this direction, not in this direction. That's where you're going to mess it up. You don't want to go up and down. You want to just go with that arc back and forth. Get really, really dark in the fold, really, really light on top. Okay? Okay, so you can see how I've got a little bit of it going now. I completed this row right here, and now I've started 2 more colors on this row. And I'm kind of working some warms against the cools so that it's a little bit of contrast also. But you don't necessarily have to do that. As long as you don't pick the same colors, then you're really going to be able to tell that one bubbled row from the other. All right, so just work with this. Pay attention to what you're doing. It's super easy to put 2 reds together because you almost get into a zen place where you're just coloring mindlessly. So make sure you kind of pay attention to what you're doing and have fun with it. Bye-bye.